Hello gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a while. I didn't have much to say, so I didn't want to make any video. I'm just gonna repeat myself over and over. So let's get back and start this week's video by saying that we had a reversal actually right on that day. It was actually a good day, but the thing that I noticed is that we closed on the weekly kind of weak a little bit. So we had reversal day on almost every single index, IWM, QQQ, all of them. But if you notice that if I move that on the weekly, so and I urge you so many times to look at that chart on a weekly basis. Let me take some of these lines out so it will be clear. So look at the QQQ. We closed weak on a weekly. So look how we violated the low of the last week. Alright, that's one. And then look at XLF. Actually the XLF and the Dow Jones, they are the only ones actually who closed and held their ground. So we didn't close below that last week. So these two are the only ones I noticed. The rest of them, IWM, kind of weak. QQQ, Composite, NASDAQ, all of them are weak. SMH, all those are weaks. And S&P, it's weak as well. So one thing I'll tell you for sure is if I move this to the daily, one thing you want to notice next week is if this bar is gonna hold its ground, we might come back down and test the low of that candle, but we're not gonna close. Okay, we're not gonna close. We're gonna come down, test it, and reverse back, and then we might digest from there a little bit, and then we can see like some follow through day. That's where a new beginning of a bull market is gonna start. Okay, and then of course we're gonna have to you're gonna see the price staying above the moving averages, and then we might see some rejection, and we might see a lot of things gonna happen. But at the end we're gonna have to see that the price is gonna prove itself by holding up above the 50 moving average, which is this red line, and then the 200 moving average, which is the brown line. So it's a long way from now, but I'm just saying you want to watch it. We have to, like, the next couple of weeks is going to be really a tell for the market and where it wants to head. So by closing, and look at the action of this day. Actually, it took like I think almost half of it, not even probably like more than half of this candle. So that's like a weak action for me. And like I said, you want to watch. You don't want to close below the low of that candle, because if this candle is being taken out, man, you just want to embrace for impact. So that means it's more lower price is going to be ahead of time. Or like I said, we might come down a little bit, not close below it. That's the key. You don't want to close below it, and then digest a little bit, and then have a follow through day, and then go from there. So those are the only 2 cents that I want to mention. Other than that, everything is normal. The only stock that the one that I had, XMTR, that one I had a position on. This one I got out. That one violated the 50. The only one that I'm watching right now, CCRN. This one is actually really strong, so this could be a leader in the future. And then PLMR, I had a position on this one long. LF2, it's holding its ground. So all these are, you just have to look, whatever it's holding above the 50 and the 20 or 20 or 21, they're going to be leaders in the future. So you want to watch those stocks. I had a couple shorts. The first one that I mentioned like 2 weeks ago, I got out of them because it was we moved. This is the time actually we moved up, and then I had to close them, so it was like a small loss. Right now I'm still holding new couple short positions. One of them is Meta, so I'm still holding this one, Meta, and then GNRC. I'm up like, I think on this one is about like 8 or 10% or so, like that. Most of them are like well above like 5%, so I'm still good on them. What I'm watching on when I'm looking at on the short position, like I'm watching, for example, and I'm going light, I'm not going that heavy. So you want to watch, if you go back on the weekly, you see the stocks coming down here, and then you will see that previous resistance right in here. See it right in here, one here and then one here. So you probably, if when you do your analysis, you want to expect that the stock's gonna come down here and then bounce. And then, to be honest with you, I've been watching the stock since the move from here. I never had the, I didn't open the short position, but I'm saying I've been watching it since it was really weak. So yeah, so every time you short, you want to look at the left side of the chart, and you want to see any previous resistance. That's gonna be your support. Look down here, look in here. The stock was going up here, and then it kind of rested for a little bit, and then look how when the stock came down here, it bounced right from that area, and then a couple times. And then as soon as he got rejected, you can use this candle here, like the top of this candle here, as a stop, and then you can start your short position. So for me right now, I'm watching that blue line, which was previously acted as a resistance. I'm watching it as a taking profit. It might keep going like lower, because I'm watching if the stock is really weak, it might keep going lower, like right below that stock. One thing that I noticed, why you're saying it's weaker, that's the reason why I chose to short it, because some of the stocks, like I don't know, like IWM for example, it was a little bit showing some relative strength, because some of the indexes was going lower here. This one actually was holding its ground, and it's starting to break above the 21. If I'm going back to GNRSC as a stock, for example, it didn't even get to the 21, so that's a relative weakness. So that's, I don't just choose and follow the market and whatever, it's because everything's going down. I'm not gonna get and then shoot in the dark, like I'm gonna pick any stock, I'm gonna short it. I'm gonna have to do my homework and look for stock that actually really weak. So most of them, when they had the bounce in here, they actually went to the 21 and then started to close above the 21, and then they got rejected. But this one, it got to barely to the 8 moving average and got rejected. So that was telling me that this stock is really weaker than the market itself. That one actually, and Meta. So you'll notice as soon as they broke here, so this red line was acting as support. As soon as they broke, you can put your stop loss and like right above you, for example. And you notice one thing, like once the stocks are getting, like they're getting damaged, you'll notice this pivot right here. They just get like they get the definition of trending lower, which is like a lower high. So you got a high, and then you got a high, and barely a high here. Sometimes you can even look for a position to get in right in here. So when they are weak and they're below the 21 and below certain moving averages, they get rejected. You've seen it here, and as soon as you start them getting rejected a little bit here, like this day right here, you can put your stop loss right here, right a little bit above it, and then you can enter a short position, because some of them they will throw you off by getting like a little bit higher than the previous, but most of them like 80 to 20% rule, they will follow that rule. So that was my 2 cents on the market. Actually the one thing I noticed on Bitcoin, it's actually following whatever the market it's doing. Okay, now it's like 656 here in the East Coast. You'll notice that this is the pop that we had Friday, and then we got rejected on Friday. And usually when you see stock that it's gonna go even higher, usually you have a flag, and then you will digest sideways, okay, and then it will go from there, right? But so far it's still okay. But if you're starting to go below here, so you're taking so instead of digesting, you can digest here all the way down here. There's 2 types of digestion. Either you go sideways, but you don't want to close below the low of this candle right in here, because that's your red line. That's when you know you're wrong. Or you can digest sideways like that. So you can digest by going this way, you can digest this way. So far it's okay, but like I said, what I'm being concerned is that we're making that definition of a trended lower. So you get a higher lower high and lower high, and then we get lower and lower here in here. And then every time we pop, we get the sellers comes in, and they just damage the stock or crypto, whatever it is. So that's what I'm watching. So if you look at the big picture, that's a 4 hours chart. If you look at the big picture right in here, we're getting slaughtered, like Bitcoin getting slaughtered, like in here. You see it in here this day, and then you're getting slaughtered right in here, and then come back again here. Now we're pushing, we're bouncing. but you can see this, the price action is getting compressed down and down and down. And then, like I said, you have the price action of the support right here, 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 and now here. And then look at the price. And then Bitcoin did this before, way back. I think it was when it crashed, like right in here. See that? Look at that support. I'm not saying this is gonna happen again, but you just want to study the chart and see what happened, and look at that support. And the thing that I want to mention here is that look at that price action getting compressed. You see it here, so it's getting compressed here, here, and then here, and then here, and then finally broke down. So that's what it's doing the same thing. Okay. If it doesn't, you always want to keep your mind open. If it doesn't, we might starting to break some pivot point, like this pivot point right in here, to hide this candle, and then we're starting to go above here, and basically we're starting to close above the 200 moving average, which is going to start a new bull market. Always stay unbiased and stay open, and just feed from whatever the market is telling you. It's going to take time for the information to finish, but you have to analyze it the right way. Okay, I hope this helped, and if you want me to talk or analyze any chart, you just let me know in the comment. I'll be happy to do it. I was busy this week making a lot of videos on my new channel, and this is my new channel. If you want to subscribe, there's a jazz music, there is all kind of chill study music, there's all type of music. I hope you guys give me a follow and hit like, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.